snowed last night, which is really cool because I love to build stuff. And Mom said it would be perfect today. Sticky, but not slushy. You know what I'm saying? So I called Donnie. He's my best friend in the whole world. I know that's weird. A girl having a best friend that's a boy? Well, it's not like I planned it that way or anything. It's just because Donnie lives next door. And I don't even remember when Donnie wasn't my best friend. So anyway, I called Donnie and said we should go out and play in the snow. The first thing we did was dig a secret fort by the street where there's always a great big old pile of snow.
It was gonna be our castle with 100 rooms.
While we were in the fort, we couldn't hear anything that was going on outside, so we didn't even notice when a snowplow came up our block. We were totally surprised when we heard someone yelling, "Hey, is anybody in there?" But as soon as we heard her, we said, "Hey, it's Wendy!"
The snowplow driver.
We know Wendy because her kids go to our school.
We like Wendy. Whenever we see her plowing, she always waves to us. She's nice.
But this time she said she was worried about us. She said it was really dangerous to make a snow fort at the edge of the street. Like, what if she just came through with that big old plow? Wendy said we can't count on a plow driver seeing where our fort is, because from the truck it usually looks the same whether there's a fort there or not. She said we could have been hurt real bad.
It was just because we left our stuff outside the fort that she figured we were in there at all.
Wendy helped us clear out the fort, and then she told us some stuff about safety. First, she said we should never build forts close to the street, and not just because of snowplows. What if a car would skid on the ice and run into your fort when you were inside? So Wendy said we should always build forts way back from the street, where you don't have to worry about plows or cars. Next, she said we should never put a roof on a fort because a roof can fall on you. And because without a roof, we could hear what's going on outside the fort. Like we'd be able to hear our parents when they call us.
We knew there had to be a catch somewhere.
Wendy said she was sorry, but she would have to knock down our fort at the edge of the street, so no other kids would be able to play in it.
That thing was awesome!
When we saw how the plow went through that fort, well, it was a good thing we weren't in there.
We knew it wasn't because Wendy was mean or anything. Heck, she was the one who saved our lives. And anyway, our next fort was going to be way better than that one.
After the fort was gone, Wendy parked her truck and told us some other safety stuff about snow. She said we should know that all snowplows don't look the same. There's a whole bunch of different shapes and sizes and colors, so you have to watch out for all the different kinds.
Then, she told us it's important to think about how big snowplows are. She said her truck is bigger than an elephant, and it weighs as much as 6 elephants.
It's because they're so heavy that they take a long time to stop.
The snowplows, not the elephants. The trucks are so big that you can't expect them to stop for you. You just have to stay out of their way.
Then Wendy told us we should know about the parts of a snowplow too, so we know what to watch out for. The coolest part is the flashing lights on top. But she said some little plow trucks don't always have lights. Well, too bad for them.
The most dangerous parts are the big blades that move the snow. You gotta watch out for the huge one in front and the one on the side. It's called a wing, but don't worry, 'cause they can't fly.
Oh, funny. Wendy said the big plows like hers carry a whole bunch of sand, and they have that little wheel thing in back that spreads sand on the road. The sand is to help cars stay on the road when it gets icy and slippery.
Yeah, like, get a grip. Wendy said one reason why we have to watch out for snowplows is that the drivers are real busy driving and working the controls of the plow and sometimes talking on the radio. And they have to watch out for people in cars, too. The drivers have so much to do that you can't be sure they're going to see you, so kids have to stay way away from snowplow trucks.
And there's a whole bunch more reasons why kids have to be responsible and watch out for plows. Like, lots of times the driver will be looking down to make sure she doesn't hit a mailbox or something. And other times the plow might throw out some big old rusty thing that could hurt you. And plows have to turn and back up, and the driver can't always see what's behind the truck or right next to the truck. So you need to stay away from snowplows and just let them do their work.
Wendy said the right thing to do is, when you see a plow, move away from it, but not into the street, and wave so the driver knows you see the plow and knows you're being careful.
And she told us 3 other things about safety. First, when you're waiting for the school bus, don't sit or stand on a pile of snow because you could slip off and fall into the street.
Second, don't throw snowballs at plows or buses or cars or anything like that. We used to do that, but now we don't because Wendy said it could make the drivers not see where they're going and get in an accident.
And third, don't go sliding alone because you need someone who could go for help if you get in trouble. And don't slide toward the street, even if you don't see any cars coming. Wendy had to go and finish her plowing, but she said it was important for us to remember what she said. So I said, we will remember what you said. We'll always build our forts away from the street.
And when we see a snowplow, we'll wave so the driver knows we see it. And then we'll stay way back.
And we won't do anything dumb, like waiting for a bus on a snowbank or sliding alone. Wendy said, "Yeah, you got it. Now be sure to tell all your friends." As soon as she drove away, I knew it must be time for lunch because I was so hungry. And anyway, I couldn't wait to tell my mom all about snowplows.